Hello, greetings to everyone. Welcome to this awesome live stream. If you're hearing me, if you're live, you can just indicate. Let's know that you're live. Thank you very much. I just got a notification from YouTube. We are live right now. So it's another time again with the career sustainable career development program, and I'm so excited to be here today with you. And like I said, if you're online, you can just say hi so that we know that you're online and you're watching. Maybe you could just indicate to us where you're watching from and all of that. I'm so excited to be here today, especially because of the speaker that we have. So let me just try. I'm going to get to him right now. Like I want to invite him right now. So this link is permanent. So I'm waiting to get the link generated so that I can send to him. So we're talking about career planning today, and throughout all the other sessions, we've been talking about a whole lot of stuff. Like one of the speakers spoke about being able to leverage cryptocurrency, being able to leverage cryptocurrency as a career path. And one of the things he made mention or he spoke about was starting your cryptocurrency business with no funding. So that was really amazing to hear for the first time. It means you don't need any money and all of that. You could just start up a career in cryptocurrency with no money. So if, like I said, thank you for joining this live stream. If you are live, just indicate and let us know. Okay. Speaker. If you're live, you can just indicate to let us know so that we can get to you, or we can know you're watching. You can also indicate where you're watching from, like your city or your town or something, so that let us know you are watching us live. So, like I was saying, we went from talking about cryptocurrency and all of that, and we went to bootstrapping. Yesterday we spoke about bootstrapping your career. It was rather fortunate that the speaker was not available, but he's going to be available today at 8 p.m. He'll be available today at 8 p.m. for us to have that session with him. But yesterday I tried as much as possible to I tried as much as possible to like cover up what he was talking about. Thank you very much, Ferdinand. You're live. Thank you very much, Zoma Brita, who is watching from Douala. Thank you so very much. The speaker is going to be with us very soon. I don't know why he's not here yet. So today we're going to be talking about career planning and all of that. So I hope you're excited and everything. Just like the short article I sent out about career planning or planning a career or something like that, you have to understand that, like yesterday I was talking about bootstrapping your career. We spoke about learning the skills. Like you have to learn the skills and you need to know the industry, you need to network and all of that. But today we are going to have sort of like a master plan, a real master plan crafted out from Mr. Joybert. I would say he's one of the gurus and stuff like that. So, wow, Sama is watching from Johannesburg. Wow, thank you so much, Sama, who is watching from Johannesburg. That is from South Africa. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much. We are excited to have you. And we have Rika, who is watching from Uganda. Wow, that is great. I mean, I'm so excited that you guys are joining this program today to let's be able to share this information together. I still don't know why I'm not being able to have the speaker yet, because I just want to transfer everything to him, let him do his thing and say whatever he wants to say. But I would say that Mr. Joybert is one of the outstanding leaders we have in the country, Cameroon, and in Africa at large. I mean, it's like that saying that was said to Esther, what if you came at such a time as this? And Joybert was sent to us as a time as this. He's so inspiring, inspirational, and all of that. And I really like look up to him so much because he's not mostly into all the talking. He just lead with action and all of that. So I'm so excited to have him today for like him to talk to us about career planning, how we can actually plan a career and have a success and have a suitable career and actually achieve success. So I'm waiting for him. I know he's going to join us as soon as he can. I don't know why he's still delaying, but you guys should just please bear with me. And we have Ferdinand who is watching from Boya. If you're just joining, if you have questions that you want the speaker to answer, you could just be posting the questions right now. And when it will be time for him to answer questions, I'm just going to flash them on the screen and then he'll answer. And now we have Mr. Sir, let's call this is Sir Joybert. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name very well, but we are going to have him right now. So, sir, I hope you're okay. Just notify me on the private chat if you're okay, because I would love to transfer it to you right now. And you're the boss of this, and I just want you to go ahead and do your thing. So please just let me know if you're ready so I can just move it to you. Yes, sir. It's very possible you share your screen, sir, because if there are tools underneath. There's this tool that after the microphone, the tool after the microphone, and then the video. The next tool, like the icon, it says share screen. So it's very possible, sir. So I'm going to just bring you like live now. So I'm bringing in Mr. Joybert, who is live. Okay. So, okay, so I think we are setting up. Let's. So
Hello,
you're
everybody.
live.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can hear you.
All right. Good, 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 good. Awesome. So, and I'm sure you can see my screen.
Yes, sir. We can see your screen, sir.
Okay. So, when I'm good to go, let me know, and I'll just proceed.
Yeah, you're good to go. You're already live,
All
sir.
right. Okay, then. So, good afternoon, everybody, and it's such an honor for me to be here to share with you uh, all of this, and of course, I love to talk about careers, and career is a very, very important topic right now as far as uh, uh, success is concerned in uh, in life, of course, and in business. And there are some people that what they are looking at doing is to start businesses. Some are looking at just being entrepreneurs or being corporate professionals and so on. So um, we're just going to flow based on what I've prepared that we can look at, and you can keep your questions um, as we proceed, and I'll do my best to react to as many questions as possible. I think one thing I did not get was how long is my presentation, Alan? So,
Okay. Following your routine and the last time we spoke, so I just set it out to 45 minutes.
okay, all right, okay, good, that's fine. So let's proceed then. I'll make sure I respect that time and you can get questions and answers as we proceed. Okay, so career planning is one of the most important things that anybody can actually do as far as succeeding in life is concerned. It's actually one of the most important activities that you'll ever do. In a more developed country or in a country whereby people are very conscious about their careers, they actually go a step ahead to actually hire career coaches to actually provide them the expertise and the knowledge they need in order to build the careers that will take them forward. And I believe that there are certain questions that anybody should ask when you're in that stage or you're at that stage of career planning. And career planning can be almost at any stage, maybe when you're about to venture into university or you're about leaving the university, you don't really know which career to start building, or you're still a young professional, you have just entered uh, um, maybe your first entry job of your life as a professional, you can actually do career planning. And it's very important that if you have not reached that stage where you have started asking the following questions, especially in this particular time, this particular period in 2021, if you're not asking the following type of questions as far as career is concerned, it means that you are not thinking very, very hard as far as your career is concerned. The first question that, which is the fundamental we're talking about, of course, the first question I think that anybody should ask themselves at this particular stage of career planning is, which are the careers that fit me, that have growth potential in the present and the future economy? This is one of the most important times in history that you need to go beyond just choosing a career. You need to anticipate what will be the relevance of this career now and in the next 10 years. And we are in that age, we're in that group, we're in that year, or in that decade whereby many careers will be disrupted. For example, many careers will be disrupted. I was glad to give an example of like somebody who's reading translation right now. For example, if somebody came to me, a mom brought a daughter to the office the other day for counseling, and she wanted to read uh, um, translation in the master's program in the University of Bermuda. And I was like, don't read translation because as far as you are in the urban area and you are in urban cities, translators are gradually dying out. We live in a period whereby there are apps, there are tools, there are equipments that can do your job for you. Like for example, me, I don't speak French, right? I barely understand French, for example, but I've developed strategic documents for French companies. How do I do that? There are software that you can buy online that can do excellent translation for you. When I go to meetings, maybe in a Portuguese country or in a French speaking country, or in the Spanish country, what I need to do is to wear those earphones, listen in Portuguese and translate to me in French. So when you do this kind of stuff, or when an industry already has those kind of disruptions, it is your responsibility to ask this particular question. This career that I'm choosing right now, what are the various growth potential in the present and in the future economy? The second question you need to ask yourself during the career career planning process is, which career path would give me a deep sense of satisfaction and purpose? Yes, very important. Which career path will give me that deep sense of satisfaction and purpose? Every human being actually has purpose. Every human being actually has that level where when they reach in terms of operations, they experience this incredible satisfaction, this incredible level of significance. It's very important for you to choose a career that you will have this high level of satisfaction and you feel very, very fulfilled when you practice this particular career. So don't just choose a career for choosing sake. Also look at, and we're in an economy whereby it's very easy for you to pick a career that will help you fulfill your purpose and you still get to make money in the process and still contribute to the national economy or the global economy, right? And the next question to look at is, of course, these are the core questions that you can look at. And there are many other questions you can ask yourself. For example, you can ask yourself about resources. Do you have the money? Do you have the resources to actually fund yourself to get to this level of career that you desire? If you don't have the resources, what can you do to raise the resources? When you have all of these questions sorted out, you now go to the elements. What are the core practical elements I believe that anybody can practice and they will experience this incredible career success, right? And one of the best news in this century is that in 2021, it's very easy for you to succeed in your career than it was actually 20 years or 30 years back. Why? Because there are so many opportunities, so many opportunities. But the big challenge is that back 20 years backward, with any kind of certificate or 30 years backward, you could get any kind of job easily. But now we are in a dispensation of value creation, value expression, and value monetization. So that's why it's very easy for you to see that there are many unemployed people. Meanwhile, there are still many opportunities out there in the job market. So the first element that you need to do or you need to start implementing as you plan for your career is stretch beyond your school program. Yes, if you're in the university or you just left school or you have been in the job market for a couple of years, for you to actually have a good career, you need to learn how to stretch beyond the school program. What does that mean? Strive for employability, push for employability. There are many job seekers, but there are very few employable job seekers because they lack the employability skills. That's why I always say that if you're in the university or you're a job seeker, it is your responsibility to find the career gap, to find the skills gap in your career path, in what you studied in school, and start filling those gaps, for example. So stretch beyond your school program. For example, if you read marketing, and they did not teach you in school how to do engaging videos on social media. Go and learn how to design videos. You will not survive as a marketing professional right now without the ability to actually design social media videos or even basic graphic design, right? Or even search engine optimization or how to use Google. You are not going to survive in the market. You will not survive, for example, if you read human resource management and if they did not teach you how to use virtual tools like Restream, Zoom, Skype, Microsoft Teams, and so on, how to use virtual tools and bring employees together on a virtual platform, it's your job to learn that because you're not going to survive, you're not going to get a job. That there's somebody who came to our office the other day that he or she was supposed to do an interview, and they asked her that the interview be on Microsoft Teams. She has never used any virtual platform like this before, so she was totally lost. You see, so it's your job to know that. And the way employability skills we are playing the game in the last 5, 10 years is not the same way that employability skills are playing the game right now. It's your responsibility as a young professional to pay attention to that. The second element, I hope you are following me carefully. The second element that you need as you plan your career is reflect on your motivations. Reflect on your motivations, right? It's very important. We grow and develop. We grow and develop as far as motivations are concerned. Your motivations 10 years back are not necessarily the same motivations today. For example, while I was in secondary school, I wanted to be an accountant. I studied accounting from Form 1 right up to upper 6. I had accounting in all levels and A levels. I knew that I was going to finish and work in the World Bank, right? Even when I did my undergraduate program in financial analysis, my dream was to become a banker or an accountant. That was my dream. But but as you grow, the motivations changes. You start having interest in different things. So I shifted from all of this finance and accountancy, and I moved towards human resource development, human capital development, strategy and consulting, all of these things. You see, motivations change 10 years after, 15 years after, my motivations have changed. So when you're choosing your career, you can try to anticipate, reflect on your motivation, because one of the most dangerous things that you can lack in your career is passion for what you're doing. It's going to affect your charisma, it's going to affect your energy, it's going to affect your commitment, it's going to affect basically everything you do around that job. You see, it's going to affect how much time you put into the job because the motivation is not there. So track your motivations carefully and your exposure. For example, how you travel, how you read, how you connect to different people. All of these things actually affect your motivations, right? So pay attention to that. Good. So the next thing that I want us to look at is, as far as elements, remember we're talking about elements that you need to actually build or plan for your career effectively. The third thing is identify and build core transferable skills. Identify and build core transferable skills. You see, transferable skills are skills that you can transfer from one profession to another. Yes, when you're planning for your career, ask yourself this question. What are those transferable skills that I can learn, that I can transfer them from one career to another? For example, skills like communication, skills like public speaking. You can use communication and public speaking as a teacher, but let's assume that you want to transfer from a teacher to a product manager, to a product designer. You will need the ability to communicate with different teams and present the product you have designed to your board of directors or to your team. So you can take that skill of communication and public speaking from a teaching profession to the product design profession, right? Let's say, as I said, I want to be an accountant. When you study accounting, it teaches you analytical skills, it teaches you processing skills, and all of that. Those are transferable skills that I can take from that profession and bring it to training and consulting and all of these things that I'm doing right now. Right? It could be people management skills. If there's no profession that you will survive in if you cannot manage people, that's a transferable skill. It could be basic technological skill. An accountant needs technology. A speaker needs technology. A human resource needs technology. If you want to move from one profession to another, it's very important for you to actually track that. So, what are those core transferable skills that you need to develop as you plan for your career? As I said, the primary ones are communication, public speaking, digital skills, processing skills, analytical skills, and critical thinking skills. These are very important transferable skills that you need to know. And of course, people management skills, creativity, very important skills that you need to learn as you plan for your career. You have no career, you are not effective in your career planning if you have not identified core transferable skills to develop and actually use as you grow in your career ladder. Number four is pay attention to job and industry trends. Pay attention to jobs and industry trends. It's very important, yes, because when you're planning for your career, try to anticipate how the industry will change several years from now or next year, for example, right? How will COVID-19 change your industry? For example, what are the various new trends? What are the various new technology happening in your industry that you need to pay attention to? Very, very important. It's your job as a professional. It's your job as an expert to know the various industry news and trends happening in your industry so that you start learning and you start paying attention to all of that. Number five, number five element that you need as you plan for your career is embrace chaos, embrace uncertainty, embrace continuous change. Because we are in we are in a dispensation whereby continuous change is the new normal, right? Continuous change is the new normal. So when you're planning for your career, you need to build this mental capability to have the ability to embrace chaos and uncertainty. It's very important. For example, COVID-19 came, many people could no longer work in the same environment for a while. They had to go home. So, and when they went home, many companies, especially like in Cameroon, I had a situation where I had to train a company staff on how to use Zoom and use online platforms to exchange documents and have meetings and do proper emailing to clients and so on because they didn't know how to do that. They were used to working in the same office, moving files uh, through the flash and all of that, printing documents and all of that. But when COVID-19 came and separated them, they had to work from homes and all of that. They were not ready to embrace that uncertainty or that chaos. You see, and one of the best ways that you can embrace chaos and uncertainty is to practice continuous learning, is to open up yourself and learn new skills that will enable you to take charge of the various disruption that can happen in their field. So if you are doing your career planning, please do not be afraid of chaos. Do not be afraid of uncertainty. Your job is to anticipate what can happen in this career and how can I prepare myself to do that. You see, like for example, that happened to me. When COVID-19 came, for example, many of my international speaking trips were cancelled. That's chaos, that's uncertainty. Some were moved to online platforms. So the only option I had to do was embrace the new normal. Like sometimes you see in a month I'll have almost like 15 to 20 Zoom sessions. I think like since September started, I have had on I think only 2 days I have skipped without having an online session like this, teaching people in different countries and all of that. So it has affected a lot of my work. My job is to embrace uncertainty. I am forced to use, I've used more than 15 different online platforms like this to teach people in different countries. That is uncertainty. I am not, their new platform I'm going to meet for the first time. We are doing something for the first time. Uncertainty is definitely around the corner, and you need to anticipate and have the mindset, the mental capability of embracing that uncertainty and have the mindset of embracing the new normal. And from now till Jesus will come, trust me, every industry will go through chaos. Every sector will go through uncertainty. And the professionals that will remain relevant are students, are young professionals, are job seekers that have this diverse mindset to actually embrace the uncertainty and learn in the midst of uncertainty. So in this kind of situation, there's nothing like I don't know how to use. Your question should be, how can I learn how to use this? Who can help me to know how to use the simple? I have also had people send me platforms to use that I've never used before. I remember the first time I had to use a restroom for training. I've never used it before, a Restream, of course. I've never used it before. I had to learn how to use it. There's always a first time, but you approach the first time of uncertainty with the mindset of embracing the new normal. It's very, very powerful, and you cannot do without it. You cannot do without it. Number six is understand career qualifications. It's very important. Very, very important. Understand career qualifications. When you're planning for your career, you need to ask yourself a question. What are those key qualifications that I need to have so that my portfolio can be strong? Don't listen to those people that preach that certificates are not good. Yes, certificate in the hands of somebody who went to school, but school did not pass through you is not good for you. You are just a confused professional. But certificates are good for somebody that if you are saying that you read marketing in school, can you develop a marketing plan and execute it? Can you help the company to market and sell their product? Then certificates are good because certification is the only document that anybody can use and ascertain that you have gone through training. They can use and anticipate if you can get the job done before they can test you to actually try to do the job. There are some jobs that you're not going to get opportunities if you don't have certain certifications. Like, for example, in my career, training and consulting job, there are some contracts I will not get if I'm not a certified consultant or I've not done some consulting certification programs in certain fields. So you anticipate that and you get that certification. There are some consulting contractors that they reached out to me and it was very clear. When I never had an MBA at that time, they say, sorry, you cannot get this consulting contract because you don't have an MBA. And there are some, I just finished, I'm concluding my doctorate degree program right now. I'm not doing that because I want to become a university lecturer or whatever. There are some consulting jobs that some companies, they're not going to give you if you don't have a doctorate degree program. You have not done research and they understand you have some deep thoughts about the sector, right? It's very important. So every career, like example, you cannot practice as a medical doctor when you are not licensed as a medical doctor. No matter how much you know the human body, you master blood, you master blood cells, you master lungs, and whatever those funny grammar that those guys speak like that. If you master all of those things to the tip, to the barest minimum, but you are not licensed, by the Ministry of Health or by a school recognized by the Ministry of Health as a medical doctor, you will not practice anywhere. You can be locked up. If you are passionate about counseling and you are not a licensed counselor, you can be locked up for trying to counsel somebody when you are not a certified professional. In advanced countries, like for example in the US and Europe, there are some platforms you're not going to step foot upon if you don't have the right qualifications, because that is the only yardstick that they can use to measure if you have some ethics of the profession, for example. You see, so anticipate. There are some of you that place the kind of career dreams you have in your mind. You will need to have an MBA. You will need to have a Master's of Science. You will need to have uh, uh, um, how do they call it? You need to have a PhD or a DBA. For those who are in the business field, we don't do PhDs, we do DBAs, doctor in business administration program, right? So that is it. So anticipate what kind of career qualifications will you need to amplify yourself, to increase the strength of your portfolio so that you can get a job. For some jobs or for some professions like technology, many a times what drives them is the portfolio of things that they have built already. So it's for a tech guy, instead of them asking for your certification, they can ask to send links of platforms you have built with your skills so they can measure your portfolio from there, right? But in all the other fields, pay attention to the kind of qualifications that if you have, it can open doors for you. Okay? Okay, so I'm about to conclude. The next element that's very important for you in your career planning is create a map for your professional future. Yes, create a map for your professional future. Very important. Important. Like create a map that okay, at this age, although you don't do certain things, but when you plan, you're influencing the universe, you're influencing God to actually believe in your faith, whatever you're doing, and assist you to get to that level. Always have a plan, always have a map for your future. For example, when I left high school, I had a plan of when I'm going to have my first degree, when I'm going to have my master's, when I'm going to have my doctorate degree program. Although many of these I could not get at the time I wanted to get because I sponsored myself from undergraduate degree right after my doctorate degree program. So some years I need to stay back and work money if I can go back to school and all of that. So but I had my dream that in my career plan that I designed several years back, I was supposed to have my doctorate degree program at the age of 30. That was my plan. But I'm getting it this year at 31. So it happens, right? But achieving that's the most important thing. The most important thing that it keeps your mind focused. It keeps your mind focused and keeps you driving. It's the same for your career. So you know what? I'm gonna start an entry job. I'm gonna grow to become a supervisor after 2 years, become a director after this, become this, become this, become this. For entrepreneurs like us, you can plan, okay, look, in the first 2 years, I'm gonna be this. In the fifth year, I'm gonna have 5 staff in the 7 year, I'm going to expand to 2 countries. Just have a map for your professional future. It's very important. It keeps you in check and it makes you not to be lazy. It makes you to be committed and to plan elements that you Alan, can you hear me? Thank you. The platform let's right now. So elements that you need to actually um, win in your career as you plan your career is understand the authority different skills possess. Go for superior authority, right? Understand the authority that different skills possess and go for superior authority. Yes, there are some skills in every industry that possess a lot of authority. For example, um, like let's say in consulting, the ability to understand data and design strategy and execute is a very powerful skill. People can leave countries that can pay you for that, to do that for them. They can hire you from different sessions, right? So every industry has that particular skill and it is that skill that is so difficult to master that people don't want to do it. People don't want to go the extra mile to know it because it's hard to study. Let's put that skill, like let's say like in secondary school, you can compare that skill to physics, right? Or further math. You know, people who's very good at physics and further math, we used to respect them like they're super intelligent, super men, of that, right? So I look at the industry. You know, I will be I'm very, very, I'll command a lot of very important. You may not need to yourself and learn. 2 days back, and they are training young people that will graduate. Okay, it seems my network was very, very unstable. I was concluding with that point number 8. I was saying that go for superior knowledge, go for superior skills. In every society, there is lower level knowledge, average knowledge, and superior knowledge. People who have principalities in their industries have superior knowledge. And superior knowledge means that you have to go the extra mile to study some things, master some things, and spend money to get some things done. See, it's very important. And sometimes it's your job to do that. Your school will not teach you everything that's in school. You need to go a step further. I need to identify the gaps. What are the things that I need to know that my school did not teach me and find a way to learn? But schools also need to upgrade. Like I was saying, if there's banking finance at department in any school, and they're not teaching people things like forex and cryptocurrency, chain technology, as will not affect finance, fintech, what they call finance and technology, and all that's very important. Any department not teaching a course on health and technology, what they call health tech. Any agricultural department not teaching agri-tech, it's missing. It's very important, right? So you need to put a kind of superior knowledge. So to conclude, you will never build an incredible career in this age through assumptions and guesswork. It's never going to happen. You will never build an amazing career through guesswork, assumptions, and wishing that a career will turn out. We have passed the age whereby you can study anything and you come out and get a job. No, you need to be very, very precise to do research, have the right advice and support, so that when you leave school, you are not stranded. You are not unemployable. Leave school employable. Leave school with the right mindset and skill set and the heart set that you can get employed by companies. And there are opportunities. There are jobs in this country. But the point is we find employable young people. My company will provide recruitment. We always have people reaching out to us. We need this, we need this. And many of them always specify the kind of skills that they want employees to have. And sometimes there are skills that you can get them through volunteering, studying, advice, mentorship, and so on. But the one sad thing is that many job seekers are very comfortable. They're very comfortable. You're just at home looking for a job. It's not going to help you, right? Go for industry events, attend seminars, all of that. Connect with people, learn new things, be stretched. That's why I celebrate those who are here. These are the kind of things that you need to be part of that will prepare you for the job market, and you will not get surprised when you get into the job market. You get to the job market very, very prepared, and you will not face any challenge. All right, thank you so much, Alan. I tried to respect 45 minutes, so I have 5 minutes for questions and answers.
Thank you very much, boss. That was what we call a super session right there. That was a super session. So yeah, like you heard the boss, it's time for questions. So if you have any questions, we are at the top of the hour right now. So we have from now till an hour, like to up to 1 hour to end the live stream and all of that. So if you have a question, this is the time for you to pose that question because the boss himself is here to answer. But just the points he was sharing about motivation, it's a whole lot that a lot of young people in Cameroon don't have. Most young people just focus on, hey, I want to make money. There was one time I had a conversation with someone who is starting up a business, and what he told me was like, hey Alan, I just want to make anything that gives me money. I really didn't see motivation in that. I mean, it was outrightly blunt, like how Grammarly would say your content is blunt. So there was zero motivation. You cannot say you want to start up a career, you want to, because most people are always focused on how much is a company willing to pay me. But the question should be,
Yeah,
how much contribution are you bringing into the company? Because a company values your contribution. The salary they give you is how much they value you. You can't expect them
absolutely.
to value you at 50,000 and they give you 1 million. That doesn't make sense. So I love the use of the word employability, being employable and all of that. That is really, really a great deal. And another thing is, you made mention of networking. That's amazing. Uh, Amazing subject to share on, because we realized that I was having a conversation with some of my sisters and all of that. She's doing law in school, and it is almost 3 years that she's doing law. I asked her a question: how many lawyers do you know in Bamenda? You're going to you attend University of Bamenda and stuff. How many law events do you attend, be it online and offline? How many lawyers do you connect or do you know? She was like,
Yeah,
no, I really don't know all of those things. I don't have time for them. I'm like, wow, and you want to be a lawyer, and you don't you don't network, you don't study or you don't learn the industry and all of that, but you want to become a lawyer. It's really sad, because like you also made mention of transferable skills. It's something I had to, because following someone like you cannot but learn some kind of things like just by watching. Because
yeah,
I was able to do things like, I mean, this is me, a techie, sitting down and reading books or watching videos talking about communication skills in the workplace,
yeah,
conflict
hmm,
resolutions, and all of that. It technically, you will see that it has nothing to do with tech, but
yeah,
these are things that come up every day because we are human beings. So talking about transferable skills, there are things like this, and also paying attention to industry trends and all of that. Some people don't actually understand that there is such a thing as a video cover letter. There are some industry that just requires you to send a video cover letter rather than you writing an actual cover letter. But if you don't know the industry trend or you don't research on them, you won't be able to get all of that. So when you made mention of this particular topic, career planning, I loved it so much because, like I wrote in the YouTube description, a lot of us, we just jump into career because
Yeah.
our parents want us to go to school. We don't plan. That is a least thing that we think that needs planning, career. And we ignore it that much, not considering the fact that the career is you, is your life.
Yeah.
Your life itself is a career because I mean, who are you despite what you do and what you're passionate about? You're actually, you don't exist without what you're passionate about and all of that. So thank you so very much. Understanding qualification. I don't know, questions are not coming. A lot of people, I think I should just be showcasing their thank you messages. You just have a lot of people who are saying, thank you, sir. This session was amazing. And I'm loving this session and all of that. So we have a lot of people saying thank you. And I don't know why they don't have questions, but um, so these are opportunities that I don't like to miss, right? And I think I should take that opportunity to ask a question that someone might learn.
Yeah.
Okay, now how because one of the things I understood is one of the things how do you actually because there is this thing like we have in Cameroon, our universities and all of that. How are we able to leverage the university and what they are offering us? And then how because if we just go to school, I'm really looking at how to put the question. If we just go to school, we will end up coming out not really with skills that the industry need. I mean, like schools in Cameroon,
Yeah.
like you made mention of going to school to become an accountant and you know nothing about fintech.
Yeah.
So how are we able to bridge that gap between where our parents have paid us money and with the real skills out there that the industry need? Like,
Yeah.
I would really like for you to just maybe give us an outline on how we can actually do that.
Yeah, it is something that cuts across governance issues and so on. And of course, I've always advocated once in a while, and I've said that um, the Ministry of Higher Education in Cameroon needs to stop sitting in Yaoundé and designing curriculum for schools. So they need to start bridging that gap where, because if the ministry, if University of Buea, for example, don't sit and invite local startups, invite banks, invite companies in Buea, Limbe, Tipu to come to campus, they're not going to come. You see, so there should be that close collaboration between uh, um, industry leaders, industry companies, and schools and governments and all of that. If that collaboration is not there, we'll always be behind news in terms of training the right people in who can come into the marketplace. Let me give you a practical example. Recently, the University of Alabama in the US signed, invited Apple, and Apple came and Apple funded them. Because if you don't ask, they're not going to just sit and give you money. You got to ask for it. And these guys have money. Part of corporate social responsibility, they have money. But so they created a partnership, and now Apple funded a center in school whereby expert lead from Apple come and train coding and all of that. And now, what these guys were teaching these kids or these students are from what is happening in the field in Apple's company. You see, very practical. When I was doing an exchange program in Atlanta, in the US, at Clark Atlanta University, there's a day that they have a university called CEO's Day. It's called CEO's Day. On this day, they invite CEOs to come to campus at least once a week and mingle with students. One of those days, you had that Snoop Dogg, was Snoop Dogg is the CEO. He's based in Atlanta. He was on campus. Steve Harvey was on campus, and all these great guys came, and when they come and they share and they talk and they do all of these things, it was fun. They took us and we went and visited IBM, Coca-Cola, and all of these companies and so on. Very, very important. You see, but if we stop doing that, it's not going to work. The professors will keep designing content and curriculum based on the theory they also studied and they were taught by other professors. who also were taught by other professors who did not work maybe practically. That's what I was saying. Universities of Boyas and Yaoundés and Gandhi and all these Bamindas, they should stop having entrepreneurship lecturers who have never started a failed business. They should get guys who are running businesses and who can teach and train them, even get guys and train them on how to teach and take them to the classroom. The guys will happily help and be there to serve. You see? So they need to start revamping a lot of things. And if they're not part of these partners of these companies, they will not know what is happening. You see, if guys who are running the Department of Technology University of Boya are not well connected with you guys who are coding every day and building new solutions, they will not be updated with new languages that you can use for coding. You see, so that is both governance issue, and if governance is not done, that now goes back to the students. As I said, in a country like Cameroon, it is the responsibility of the student to identify the gaps in your industry, in your career, in what you study, and fill that gap. Because if you are waiting for governance, it may take this country 10 years to revamp the educational curriculum of this country. You see, and based on education, this country is 10 years behind civilization in terms of education. We are training people that will leave school and they will not be relevant. In this age, somebody will still leave school and they don't know how to use Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word. So what are they really teaching? You see, somebody will leave school and they cannot really use a platform well, use Google Drive and share documents and work on documents. So a lot is wrong. So students need to wake up, like really, really wake up. If they're waiting on the government to do the right thing, it's going to take 10, 15 years to do that. You see? And so wake up and begin to list that job. That's why attending industry events is one of the biggest things. Like being here is very important. Your mind will open and you see where you're lacking and you start taking actions to look, you know what? When you now see a seminar, you are attending a seminar not because you want to go and take selfie with the speakers and claim how you are going places. You're not going to the seminar because you know that, oh, what they will teach in this seminar will help me fill this gap in my career and make me a better professional.
Wow, that's amazing insights. There's a question that just came. I don't know. I think you have maybe answered it, but you can just look at your screen and see if you've not answered the question. Maybe you could answer it. He's talking about is the work environment adapting to present conditions and realities of the for the industry revolution. Does industry go to the university to present what they want as skills? That's I think
Yes, that's what I was trying to answer. Some countries are
yeah,
doing that already. Some countries are, and even private universities are doing that already in some countries, right?
yeah.
Like in Cameroon, Catholic University is doing that very well. They've invited me as a guest speaker to some of their students, and that's what they do. They try to get their students, merge them together, what is happening in the marketplace and what is happening in school. And yes, the work environment is adapting. The work environment is adapting, right? Because in the private sector is focused about what can I do that is effective that will enable me make more profit at lesser cost and get the company forward. If you look at companies in Africa that have adapted technology, fintech, education and technology and all of that, many of them have done that. Just the government is lacking behind. You see? So you see, like for example, with banks now, with UBA in Cameroon and other African countries, with WhatsApp chat, UBA can send you your bank statement on WhatsApp. See, that's how far they have gone as far as the fourth industrial revolution is concerned. AI, machine learning, and it's only going to skyrocket, only going to increase as far as that is concerned. The challenge is that the challenge. The sad thing for students and professionals is that many of these companies will outgrow their skills. That's the sad thing. You go to a company where their innovation has grown so vast, so big that what you studied in school are two different things. You see? So it's the responsibility of the student now before you even leave school, identify how do I need to catch up with my industry and where is my industry going as far as that is concerned. And of course, that's why companies are, when you look at the new CEOs that are bringing in, they are bringing in what is called visionary, innovative CEOs, people that can anticipate where the industry is going to and push the company to adopt new technologies and take the company forward.
Wow, exciting information that you just shared right there. So, Sama Alucious, I hope he has answered your question. There is no better answer that you can get from that. And just to add from what he said, yes, companies are doing that. Even companies like Google has even gone to an extra mile to create certifications for the kind of professionals they want. Like I'm a Google Cloud certified engineer, so I could work with Google, and Google certifies me to basically operate or work on their cloud platforms and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yes, it's something that is already happening right now. Is one of the ways that you want to work in Google is not actually to go to University of Boya, but it's actually to acquire their own certifications, because that is what says that you can work on their platforms effectively. Because if you go to University of Boya and you do your computer engineering certification, you wouldn't even be able to qualify as an intern in Google, sadly, but that is true. So yes, this is already happening right now, and I don't know if we there are any other questions. I don't think so, but just before we go, I would like to tell you this. You should follow Sir Joybert on Facebook, on Instagram. His name is very unique, so you should be typing it right now. And on any social media, they are the same handles, they are the same name. And so
Yeah.
you should follow him. Like he made mention of something, career coaching. You know, you cannot do it on your own.